I mean, is my mic even
centered?
Okay. Jesus.
No, cheers.
Cheers. Okay. Cheers to Astro Candy
Day.
Welcome. Thank you so much
guys.
for tuning in today. We love having you here. We're a little bit of a chaotic mess, but we have a really great show for you today. We're going to be talking about vetting potential partners on dating apps. We do this every day, IRL. You know, you meet someone and you can kind of gauge like their body language, their cadence, just their overall aura, if you like them or you don't. But how do you tell on a dating app, especially when people are there dating during this pandemic? You're going to need these tools, so get ready to sharpen them. And we also have a spirit guide planned about a potential promotion. So if you are one of the lucky few, because not many people are getting promoted right now.
I know, right? It seems like things are going the other way. So
who has a career opportunity, then you're going to want to hear Spirit's advice. But of course, we're going to start with a vibe check.
Okay,
So
let's
Brittany,
check the vibe.
how are you? How's your vibe?
The vibe is good. The vibe is good. It's been a lot going on. You know, we kind of had a little talk when we first got here. We were both kind of in a place where we need to get our vibe right.
Yes.
But I feel like venting to a friend always makes you feel
so
better.
nice.
So I'm feeling good now. Now I'm ready to dive in. How about you?
Piggybacking off what you said, make sure it is to a friend, not someone who's going to turn around and like blab all your business.
Yeah, you have to do the vetting first.
Refer
back to that episode.
That episode, which we have the cards here.
Yeah.
No, it was just so chaotic. Like my energy, yours. I was just kind of like dumping. Like this is what I've been going through. A lot of changes, and I'm sure you feel this too. There's just been so much happening in the world, and it feels like once you get your footing, something like a rock is overturned or you stumble, and it's disheartening sometimes, you know?
Totally.
We're all just trying so hard to get back on track. And I don't think anything will go back to normal. I don't think we'll ever know what that normal was. But, you know, you want to have a sense of security and stability, and it's just such a tumultuous time. So if you're feeling that way, we are too.
Yeah, we hear you. We understand. We love you. And like, I think part of it is just like giving yourself a moment to process it, to experience it, to talk to the people that you care about, and just like kind of get it off your chest.
Yeah.
So you can move forward.
Yeah,
Because we have to build the new. But yeah, it can be a lot. But today we're going to be talking about deep breaths. Deep breaths. Today I'm really excited for us to talk about building the new, like in a relationship though.
Oh yeah, this
On
is
a dating
exciting.
app.
Yes, if
Finding
you
your person.
Yeah, if you're trying to put yourself out there, we got you. But first, we're gonna do a spirit guide.
Okay,
Are you ready? Sorry, I just kind of sprung that on you, but I have that coming up first. You can always write into us at astrocandypodcast@gmail.com. You can send us a DM at astrocandypodcast on literally all the things.
All the things.
And while you're there, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe to us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. We are literally everywhere, so we'd appreciate it. Okay, thanks. All right. No name here, but again, another short and sweet one. I'm up for a promotion at work, but there have been changes within the company that have me second guessing if I'm actually going to get the job. If I don't, I'll be totally crushed because I don't have a plan B. What should I do?
Okay.
What does Spirit think? Advice
my
moving
gosh.
forward. Yes.
Okay, Spirit says-
this is an amazing card. Holy crap.
This is such a good one. I absolutely love this one. This is the Four of Wands. And this is the energy about, it just has to do with like family, marriage. It's the marriage card. It's about like building something for yourself, partnership. So I would lean into whatever energy of partnership you can find in this moment. And I know that she said a lot of things are changing. So Raven, what's your take on this?
Oh, partnership. I think in the sense of this card, so the cards have different meanings when it comes to whatever it is you're asking. So if this was like a love or marriage question, then
It would be a yes. It would be marriage is the outcome and all that.
As far as this, it sounds like, or it looks like, I guess, that partnership, whether it's with this company and maybe somebody in this position that's going to help you with this promotion, it sounds like that's coming. But I think with anything, you just have to keep in mind, like, it's not necessarily on the line. You have to read between the lines. So it could be a partnership in the form of maybe something else. But I think overall, you're going to get what you're looking for. It just might not be in the place that you're looking, which is what the universe likes to do.
Always, right? Always. And this is a yes outcome.
Yes.
So the yellow in this card symbolizes a yes. So whatever it is, it's definitely a yes. Raven, I liked your take on it a lot, though. Like,
thank you.
Look for partnership. We don't exactly know where it's going to come from, but it's coming. So this is a yes card. So I would be optimistic and let yourself be open to the possibilities.
I'm still a noob at tarot, and if you are too, you can watch our Tarot 101. Oh, no, it's our Tarot Tell-All episode,
the tell-all.
Which we have up. By the way, Britt.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
I got my very first tarot deck.
I am so excited for you.
I'm so excited for me.
Okay, so have you been using it yet? Have you tried it out?
Yeah. So I got it out, and the funny thing about these, which I had no idea, like Brittany has hers all the time, and I don't know, I'm just used to like a worn out deck because you use it so much. But
worn out deck.
These were like fresh, glossy, new cards, smell like the library.
New card smell, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And it actually comes with a little guide. So it tells you what each of the tarot cards mean, which is really nice. Labyrinthos.com is what we use all the time.
That's our main, yeah.
I just found myself doing the very basic past, present, future, and even like one card polls just is it pertains to like something that I'm contemplating or whatever, or like what do I need to know right now, things like that. I had to do a lot of looking up.
Yeah, of course, right?
You also want to get it right. Like, you don't want to just be making up meanings from the universe and signs. But yeah, so far so good. Watch out, I'm coming for your mastery skills on tarot.
Well, come on.
Should I do the next reading?
Do the next reading, next episode. I'm all for it.
I would not,
because you're
trust
pretty
me.
Psychic. I've seen you do some good reads.
You think?
Yes, you've done some really good readings here.
Well, thank you. I'll tap into that psychic energy.
Yeah.
Hence,
Keep
that's
it
so
coming.
Raven. Remember, she sees the future.
Yeah, she's the future, and that's your namesake, guys.
Yes, it is. Everybody
destined.
asks, Raven, like, where's that? It's from literally Raven Simone. They
Like, actually.
like, my middle name is Simone. So my parents, they say they just thought Raven Simone was really cute as a kid. I think that they were just lazy coming up with the name.
They found it cute, first and middle. So, hey, I don't blame them, but,
So Brittany and I are both in relationships.
Yes, we are.
We have not been on dating apps for the hottest minute.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
It's been a while. So, we know though, because we've both been in the game. Like, we've been in the dating game. We know what to expect.
not to brag, but we were pretty good at the game. Just kidding.
Oh, speak for yourself.
It's the rosé.
Brittany, have you ever met someone from a dating app? Like, did you have a connection through a dating app and then you ended up seeing each other long withstanding, or not really?
So not long term.
Okay.
I met a couple of interesting people that I went on some dates with, and I had a good time. But I personally did not meet anybody that I had like a significant connection with on a dating app. But I know people who have.
Yes.
And that's why I think this is like a good episode for us to get into, because you can apply a lot of the things that you use in like IRL to your dating app lifestyle. But you have to vet people just like any other situation, right, Raven?
Yes, exactly. So I would say my experience is the same. You go on a date or two, maybe 3 if you're lucky, but all in all, it just was a miss for me. And I think it's because I did not have these very key things to look out for when you are on the apps. Because let's be honest, it's exhausting striking up a conversation, like the very basic small talk conversations. First of all, small talk sucks. It sucks to do it even in person.
You don't really get much from it. Like, you don't really get any substance from it. That's why it's called small talk.
So imagine doing that over and over and over, and you just don't know where the ball's gonna land because you don't know this person. You don't know their you don't know anything about them. You've just seen some photos.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever like gotten your hopes up having a good like small talk sesh that started to get deeper, and then you realize like they hit you with an answer that you're just like, oh no? That ever happened to you?
I feel like no. But it's only because...
That you talk to me all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, but that's where I think you and I were probably different when we were doing this. I would not let conversations over text get deep. Because I was just like, I had too many instances where we would have great textual chemistry.
Yes,
just the banter is a 10 out of 10. And then you get in person and it's like, the weather. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I was like, no, I'm not getting any type of deep with anybody. I'm just going to be like, so when are we meeting and where?
And I love that. I think that's the way to go, to be honest.
Yeah.
That helps you to kind of get the connection
jump started
into the real life. Yeah.
Because let's be honest, we want to get through as many bad dates and people as possible to get to the person.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. So
Bring
we're
on
going to
the
tell you
bad
how.
dates.
Yeah. Hopefully not too many of them because you're going to use these tips. So here's what we got. Take this in the sense of this is before you strike up a conversation. You have just landed on the profile of a potential suitor.
Ooh.
And you're analyzing this profile, and we're going to tell you how to decide if you're going to swipe left or right. Okay?
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. What do we do?
So the first thing you would want to take note of are, I know some of the dating apps, I think maybe most of them now, except for Tinder, have prompts. So take note of, does this person in these prompts give thoughtful, meaningful responses enough to evoke any type of reaction from you that makes you want to, respond or say, oh, hey, I feel that way too, or oh my God, that's so funny or something? Or are they just sort of like one-worded answers? If thoughtful, swipe right. If, just like no thought whatsoever, it's like their cat typed on the keyboard.
Ooh.
Or dog. I mean, let's be honest, all those guys always have dog pics.
Then
it's a no. What do you think about that?
I like that because you want someone who takes it seriously.
True. Yeah.
Because some people do and some people don't. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of tell once you get to know them if there's a guy who's just kind of like on these apps and he's always swiping and just like always going on dates. Yeah. He starts to ghost. Mm-hmm. Like you get the vibe, you get the feeling. So you want to try to find someone who's serious about being in a relationship, if that's what you want
if that's what you want.
From the beginning. And I think that's a good way to kind of tell.
And there's no right or wrong. I mean, maybe you're just looking for a casual hookup too, but I don't think you are, and that's not who we're talking to right now. We're talking to the people who want to establish a connection with a great guy, and this is, again, how to tell if this could be a great guy. Yes. If they give those thoughtful responses. Mm-hmm. The one thing I'll note about this, though, is I have seen in the past people will say something along the lines of, they'll almost get like it comes across too strong. They'll be like, I'm just looking for someone to be serious with to start my life with. And that's almost like a little proceed with caution, little yellow flaggy. Yeah. It's like, I like where your head's at and I would like to get there too, I guess. But come on, like, I just want to make sure you're not a serial killer.
Yeah, for real. Like, I guess not, like, it's been so long since I've been on one, but I haven't seen anybody do that, but that would make sense.
Some people can just be too aggressive.
Yeah. You want someone who has, like, a good attitude, who's, like, seems balanced. Exactly. You want someone balanced, right, guys?
Yes. Just the right amount of vibes. Crazy and cool. No.
Yeah, like fun.
Like me.
Yeah. Just kidding.
No, you're not. So the next thing to look for also in those thoughtful responses is shared interests. This could be anything from skiing to camping, watching Friends, which I don't do. But if you notice that in these responses, they mention the TV show Friends or Dexter, orever it is, and you're like, oh my God, I like that too. Then again, a great sign to swipe right. Mm-hmm. But if not, like if it's a miss on everything and you just like, oop, can't relate, swipe left.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be some commonality.
Of course.
It's really hard to build a relationship just because you like someone's picture.
I know.
Yes. And I think the dating apps can kind of get us into like that territory. Like I used to do that. It was a few years ago.
Just check pictures, right.
Yeah, and you're like, well, he's cute. He seems nice. Okay. And then you don't really like think about it too much. Then you're on a date and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so awkward. Like, why did I do this to myself? So sometimes like finding that common ground can be a really big deal.
That's why we wanted to lead with those too, because I think just like you said, too many people hop on these apps and they're like, well, I should be attracted to this person, so let me just go through their photos and make sure they're hot and then I'll move on. Yeah. And that's great. Like, we do think our third one is, do you find them attractive in their photos? That's important. You should be attracted to someone that you're going to go on a date with. It's not like the end all be all, but we want you to have some interest there. Sure. But again, relationships are built off substance. Yes. You have to have conversations with this person. You don't just like stare at their face all day. I don't know.
You have the same values.
Shared values.
Yes. It's going to be a journey.
So strap in and make sure, again, I would make sure that they meet all three of these requirements before you swipe left. Right. Before you swipe right.
Oh.
Yeah. almost said before you swipe left.
Freudian slip.
No.
But before you, yeah, I agree. And I think that like knowing to bring like the astro element into it, knowing a lot about your moon sign before you get on the app.
Oh.
This is a little piece of astro candy I'm going to throw in.
Okay.
Read about your moon sign. If you don't know what it is yet, go to astro-charts.com. You get like a free profile. And I think just like read about your moon sign because that tells you what you want in relationships, how you really deep down feel nurtured, what you give in relationships. Like just kind of try to understand your needs and wishes at a deeper level. And I think when you have that coming into it, it'll set you up just like with a good mindset for the vetting process.
And who knows, maybe your date is also into astrology and has the CoStar app, and then you guys can just get that all out of the way on the first date.
I think that's great. And I love that, Raven. And I am not above jokingly asking someone's sign.
Oh, yeah.
Hint, hint. Just be like, oh my gosh, what's your sign?
Test them out.
When's your
see.
birthday? And then just like once
And
you get
then
the
do
info,
all the research.
you start the research.
Yeah. And then you can really make an educated decision on if they're for you or not. Brittany, did you meet your fiance in real life?
On an app, no.
On an app?
No.
Which
I'm
one?
sorry, you just look so excited that I wanted to.
No.
Definitely on an app. No, in real life.
In real life.
In real life, through a friend.
Okay, yeah.
So, but I think that's a good way to meet people because then it's like they're pre-vetted. So he had been pre-vetted. Mm-hmm. So I did like half of the work that I usually would have had to do. But I don't know. I have met nice people on dating apps. I just think that I wasn't really in the headspace to get it. Mm-hmm. Like I went out with some people who had the blue steel look in their photos that we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
So that was on me. Mm-hmm. I made some mistakes, guys. Anyone who looks like they're like modeling a little too hard, I think you have to be aware of.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also met my boyfriend in real life.
Okay.
Mutual friend. And I think Brittany said it the absolute best. That's the best way to meet people because they are pre-vetted. Mm-hmm. If your friends aren't saying, hey, I've got this cute coworker or my brother or like I know this person who knows this person, you might want to find new friends.
Oh, well, hey, okay.
But you did touch on one of the red flags that you should look out for on dating apps. So we gave you kind of the green flags.
The green frags, yes. Those are good.
The green flags to look for, which were, thoughtful responses and shared interests and, do they have cute pics? But the red flags. So Blue Steel is someone, like Brittany said, who just tries a little bit too hard. Like his photos are just too modelly.
Too many ab photos.
What do you think though? Like, if he is a model, is that acceptable? Like, what if his actual
very
job
acceptable? I'm kidding.
is a model?
Just kidding, guys. No. Okay. I'm just gonna say I don't like it.
Okay.
Because of this, I feel like people who lead with that too hard. Like I want to be sure that the person that I'm going to spend time getting to know has like a lot more about them than just their looks.
Yes.
And I have just found that people who lead with that, it's not always the case. Like they're a little too into themselves, into their looks.
Right.
So for me, it's a turnoff.
Or it's more like a void. There's a void in there.
What's
and
going
like,
on behind those beautiful eyes?
Yeah. Anything?
Nothing. No. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Is anything in there?
Yeah. Like I would rather see a guy that's attractive, who has pictures of like himself with his friends or with his family,
doing things,
or at an
adventuring,
event or whatever. Yeah, like things that just look like, I don't know, snapshots from a wholesome lifestyle. That's a little hallmark of me, but like, that's what I look for.
I know.
That's what I like.
If he seems like boy next door, I mean, not a lot of people, but some people might find that, boring. No.
Boring is great.
Yes, you want boring. Like, contrary to popular belief, and maybe we should do an episode on this, your relationship should not feel like this.
No, it shouldn't. That's called an addiction, guys. And that's another.
That's a whole other episode, which I'm well versed in. And
same here, friend.
Yeah, I think everyone's been through one of those toxic cycles, karmic relationships.
Yes, we love it.
And we can talk about that. The next red flag. Okay. When people put entrepreneur as their occupation, now they may, in fact, the 2% might actually be an entrepreneur.
Right.
The other 98% are probably unemployed. So just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a fancy way to say I'm in between jobs right now. Why?
I'm just laughing.
Is that too
I'm
hard?
laughing internally because there's a lot of truth to what you're saying.
There is truth, and so we speak the truth on
speak the
Astro
truth.
Candy. So just again, red, yellow.
Just beware.
The flag is colored.
Start asking questions maybe once, like pretty soon. You know, like what do you do? Like what are your hobbies?
Right. Don't
like
let it get
who are
past
you
day
really?
3 and you don't have any idea.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The next one,
No.
and this is us being silly, but it's also kind of true. If they're wearing a hat in every single picture.
Yeah. Every picture.
Every picture.
Think about it. Every picture.
Every picture. There's this thing, and I did not coin this term, but it's called hat fishing.
Yeah.
Like catfishing. It's just like, what's under that hat? Hair? We don't know. We hope, but we're not sure.
Are you alien, animal, vegetable?
I know.
It could be anything.
Vegetable.
Could be anything.
So again, kind of a red flag if every photo they're wearing a hat. You got to see, are you guys going to be in bed with him having a hat on?
Oh,
Probably
I hope not.
So just like,
I mean, if it's necessary, it's necessary. But I'm just saying, like, is it holding the head together? Like, we don't know. It's when there's too much of anything, including like strategic cropping. Have you noticed that too?
Well, yeah.
Like we just need it. There needs
Some
to be a
guys
variety.
should adopt strategic cropping because the
variety.
amount of men I've seen, and this is our last one, and this is to me the reddest flag.
The reddest of flags.
So I hope you're not colorblind.
Woo.
But this, if some dude,
I don't know. You're tickling me right in the funny bone today, Raven.
this dude has pictures, or even just one picture of him draped around some female. He ain't the one. Okay, I don't
know.
Nobody wants to see how desirable you are. Nobody wants to see, oh, you're a ladies' man. You got all the chicks. Like, that picture is for the bros.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Ew. Like you're not making any girl feel like you're a catch by putting other women in her face.
Yes, you're not. And you said this off camera. You were like, look, this is a dating app. You're trying to find a relationship. You need to look single.
Look single, yes.
Hopefully you are single.
Oh God. And that again, that's a whole nother
Please
episode,
be
guys.
single.
Like, oh my gosh. Whew. Yeah, but like assuming you are.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to look single. You need to look available. You need to look well-rounded. You need to look like a sane, stable human being.
Yes.
That someone could build a relationship with.
Exactly.
That's what we're looking for.
So keep that all in mind.
Yeah, keep it in mind, guys.
On these dating apps and you're swiping. But also, if you just want to like circumvent all of this and just say, hey, friends, who do you got for me? That's a good one too.
That's a good one.
Maybe, well, I don't even think we can do an episode on that. Just like make sure you're asking your friends.
Just ask your friends
about their single guy friends.
And try to find out their sign. Like just try to sneak it if you have to.
True.
You need to know this before you get involved.
But all in all, I think our modern day mantra really sums all of this up, whether it's dating online, whether it's dating through a mutual friend, just anything when you're searching for love in your life. This is from the Mantra Company's Instagram, @The Mantra Co. Don't let loneliness lower your standards. Okay. We've all had many a sleepless night, cold, wishing there was a warm body next to us.
Yep.
I've had a few tears on my pillow.
For sure.
Okay?
For sure.
But you know what? Like, it's those moments. You would rather be alone in bed crying than next to some D-bag who makes you miserable in a toxic relationship.
Yes.
And that is the tea. So
that is the tea,
it's
Raven.
fucking hot right now. And I'm just letting you
Piping
know.
hot.
I have been there, okay? I've been single for a very long time before.
Same, yeah.
And I mean, it was tough, but I fucking made it.
She made it through the rain, guys. Here she is, happy.
Shout out to Carter.
Shout out Carter. Whoop, whoop. It's true, though. I mean, you're right. You're so right. And like, it is tempting to lower your standards. And before we move on, just one thing I forgot that I cannot leave you guys without saying.
Yeah.
With the blue steel thing that we talked about.
Yeah.
Just in general, someone actually told me this a long time ago. It was an older lady who I worked for her at the time, and she was very smart. And she said, when you're dating a guy, make sure you look at the look on his face in photos. She was a Gemini, so she was very like good at looking at details. Okay. And I thought she was kind of crazy at the time when she told me. But I did look back at some photos on Facebook at the time. I mean, this is a while ago. of the person I was dating, and it didn't work out. He ended up being a sleaze, and he looked really sleazy in all of his photos.
Oh, really?
And she was kind of right. So I'm just going to say, look at the look on their face. Do they look like nice and happy and open? Like, how do their eyes look? Do they look sweet? Or are they kind of like smizing at the camera and like, do they kind of have like a smirk on their face? I don't know. Just
well, love is
try
blind.
to feel
so
the energy, guys.
That's
try to
why
feel
you
the
probably
energy.
didn't see that. You know.
Oh,
you're
no,
just
no.
like,
Yeah.
But
that's why I want to pass it on, though, to you guys.
yes, exactly.
Don't make the mistakes
Don't
I
be
made.
like Brittany.
Don't be like me, guys. No, I'm fine now, but I'm just saying.
Yes.
Learn some good lessons.
Okay, that was a great show that we had today.
I liked it. I hope you guys liked it.
Let you in on a secret. We actually recorded this episode before, but it was such a shit show. Like,
yeah, you
we
guys,
were
it
just
was
so
bad.
ill prepared, and we were just like over here, like taking digs to guys
Yeah, we
dating
were-
apps.
It
And
was getting ugly.
it was getting so ugly.
Go to our Patreon for that one. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just
no
kidding. We don't have one of those yet.
we don't
but
have one yet.
Maybe
but
we should have one for like
oh yeah,
the
our
tea,
just like
for the piping hot tea that we just can't put out into
our
the world.
rants, our
Rants.
debauchery. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with us at Astro Candy Podcast on every social media platform. If you like this episode, please rate, review, subscribe. If you're listening on, oh my God, there's a million, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, like anything, please rate, save us. And we're excited to see you. Next week, we're talking about recognizing your intuition and the ways you're already using it. A lot of people don't even realize they have this inner compass that's going to point you in any direction that you desire to go. Just ask it a question and it'll take you. So we'll talk about that.
You may even learn telekinesis. How to lift
That
things
makes
with
me
your
think of-
mind. Just get ready.
Jesus.
I just want to give them a good.
Scared.
I want to get them excited.
Okay, yes, we're excited.
We'll see you guys
and
next week.
that's Astro Candy. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.